Welcome back to another Friday film session on the Boomer Bus channel. I'm your host Terry, and today we will be looking at Marvin Harrison. Sorry, that is the wrong one. We'll be looking at Marvin Harrison, and really, this is the first Film Friday because I just made that up. So, but I like it, Film Session Friday, where we're gonna look at some different things. I'm gonna be dropping a couple of those today. But for this particular session, we'll be looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. I hate to do this to you people. I really do. I really do. Look, I if you're new, this is for you. This is me explaining for you. The people that have been around, you know how I feel. I understand that online's a bunch of clickbait trolls and hyperbole. So people are going to call everything hating if it's even critical. That's fine, whatever. But if we're actual football fans, then you understand we could be critical. Now, for me, Marvin Harrison was not my top receiver coming out. Of course, much like Caleb Williams on our team, on my team, the Bears, when you have people just everybody's kind of unanimously checking off boxes saying that you're this and you're that, then anybody that dissents, people want to attack. And that's fine. Marvin is a great prospect for me. We had a lot of great prospects, especially the top three, so it was pretty close. But for me, my critique with Marvin coming out has been exactly what I've seen in the league. He doesn't have fluid hips. He doesn't have tight hips necessarily, but they're not the most fluid. They're definitely not on the level of an Odunze or some of the other top receivers we see in the league. So the issue with that becomes the route running. And when you have a player who, even though they have incredible explosion and all that, when the hips aren't as fluid, it becomes easier to read their route running. And that's what I saw in the first game. And so when a lot of people were going crazy about that, and he's on my fantasy team, so trust me, I was like, wait a minute, 4 yards, what happened? So I went back and watched the film, and it was what exactly I saw at Ohio State, except this ain't Ohio State, this ain't college. These D-backs are going to be able to read those routes, and he wasn't able to get a lot of separation. And so I said last week that, and I believe, I don't think I didn't record it, but I did talk about it, through comments and stuff. But like I said, you're going to have to get him horizontal or scheme up some specific concepts because he's not going to get separation on his own. And if you watch the film, Kyler he was going through his progression. It wasn't like he didn't want to throw to him. Most time he wasn't open, and a lot of times he was in a route that was more of a decoy, which opened up a lot of stuff underneath. And sometimes that's the benefit of having a big time number one. But I was saying you're going to have to change it up, and I thought they at least did a little bit of that this game. So anyway, we're going to look at his passing plays, or his plays in the passing game from this last week, where everybody's like, yeah, Marvin Harrison, that's the one. So I went and watched, and yeah, we'll see. We'll let you see your own conclusion. All right, so we're going to start this off. Marvin Harrison is at the bottom of the screen. So shotgun two back, they're going to play action. Marvin pushes vertical. Then he curls back, incomplete. And one thing I'm not really going to get into is the arguing about interference and stuff. Like, we're not going to do that. I mean, Marvin pushes off to keep his distance. That's fine. Corner has a right to the ball. It's incomplete. He closes because there's not much separation. The only separation that was there was because Marvin pushed off on him, to be honest. Not pushed off, but you know what I mean. He separated himself with an arm bar. All right, next play, top of the screen, Marvin Harrison. Out of shotgun again. Marvin's pushing vertical. Goes on a post. makes the catch for the touchdown. So let's look at what we got. Both safeties are back. If I had to say this, hold on. Oh, I don't know these players. That's why I was like, I gotta see who's who. Yeah, I would say this is cover 4. I would say this is cover 4 because this safety ends up taking this route breaking outside, and then the corner continues to carry this vertical. So it could be cover 4, it could be cover 3 robber, which they kind of operate similarly. Either way, you're going to have this post that gets in between your outside defender and your middle of the field defender, or deep defender, whichever one. And it was a great ball. It was a great ball to carry Marvin to the back of the end zone instead of carrying him to the safety. And then just a excellent. Now, one thing that a lot of people said was elite about Marvin was his ability to track the ball, and you see that right here. No questions asked, because that's not an easy catch. That's over the shoulder, back of the end zone, in between 2 defenders, one hanging on his back through contact. That's a crazy catch. I love how defenders are like incomplete automatically. Like they don't even gotta look. Oh no, I have no idea what just happened. Excuse the technical difficulties. So we just had the touchdown, so it's the next play. All right, cool. Bounce back. All right, we got Marvin at the top of the screen here. Shotgun again. Shotgun in the end zone is crazy, but oh no. This might be my internet. We'll see. Hopefully I don't have to start this over again. All right, so anyway, Marvin's pushing vertical. Sorry about this. Okay, now it's being normal. Sorry, I was trying to avoid having to restart this whole thing. Anyway, so Marvin's pushing vertical. Back shoulder fade. Now again, this is where I'm going to have to expect him to win. What I said is I'm starting to feel like I want to call him a more athletic, like a more athletic Mike Williams. Mike Williams times 3 athleticism. Pushing vertical. Again, you got either man or these guys are playing deep. You got one middle field safety, so his help is in the middle, so he's going to push him to the outside. So he's just riding his hip. Marvin doesn't get any separation, doesn't go anywhere, but he's able to make the separation at the top of the route and win that 50-50 ball. And again, that just reminds me of Mike Williams. All right, so next play. Marvin's at top of the screen again. Not another shotgun, excuse me. This time we got 2 safeties back. Cover 2. So Kyler is scrambling. I'll let this play and then we'll go back. So Kyler scrambling, has to make a second play, able to get it downfield to Marvin Harrison. So this is where, again, people aren't going to like hearing the truth. Good play by both Kyler and Marvin, but Marvin doesn't have to do anything on this play. Again, you got cover 2. Corner's going to funnel him inside, get his eyes back to the flat. He's playing the flat. The cover 2 safety's over this. The play is kind of dead. And Kyler is now improvising to make a second play. Crazy that he's able to avoid Young there. But he is. And then Marvin just gets on the scramble drill. Kyler's able to get it downfield to him. Makes that play. Again, good play, good second play by both of them. But in terms of Marvin getting open, which is what I've been focused on, not anything that he had to do there. But you saw some of the big plays that he was able to make early in that game. And then the rest of the game, you don't get a ton from him. All right, so they motion. He ends up the inside receiver. Breaks it across the field on a deep crosser. Incomplete, but these are the plays where Marvin's going to have to eat. These are the plays that Justin Jefferson ate on early in his career, especially his rookie year. Now, he did become a route runner extraordinaire, but early on and even still now, they do a lot of crossers to kind of help him. All right, so if I was to guess, this safety, whoever this D-back is playing like a robber, because you got this safety over the middle, and then the corners on the outside are colliding, and they're playing deep as well. So obviously he's not playing a deep half, so I think he's playing a robber, and he sees Marvin, so he chases it across. But Marvin's wide open. I mean, even with that defender chasing him late, he's wide open. That's a missed pass. But you see why I say horizontal routes are what's best for him, because these vertical routes, he's just not getting much separation. I'm surprised that it skipped to the wide angle, but whatever. All right, so now we're down in the red zone. 1-on-1 bottom of the screen. Looks like there's a blitz here. And now this is just a miscommunication. What Marvin would have did with that, I'm not going to say. Who knows? But just a miscommunication of where they wanted the ball at. So we got the fade, back pylon fade. You got the back shoulder. You could do a couple different ways with that. Excuse me. Looks like Marvin just wasn't sure where that ball was going to be. And it looks like it was supposed to be a back shoulder fade potentially. But either way, just a miscommunication. Now look, in the red zone like that, those situations, you're not going to get a ton of separation anyway. But you can see there, that was a little tough. All right, same drive, I'm assuming. Still in the red zone. Top of the screen. Now we going. Once again, I think they just got to work on that. Because this is where Marvin should get you those wins again at the top of the route, 50-50 balls. Because he looks like he's headed for the back pylon again. Then he adjusts for the back shoulder just a little too late. And that's just going to take communication. I think that was the last one. So, again, without going through all of these plays, Um, I'm not going to assume anybody agrees. That's fine if you don't. But for me, I watched these plays and I watched last week, and you got you know, I wouldn't say lucky. You got some plays that won't normally probably happen in terms of like that scramble drill. But then on top of that, you got some tough 50-50 balls, which they call 50-50 for a reason. So we'll continue to see Marvin get those shots, but doesn't mean he'll always come down with them. Now, for me, again, I watch Marvin. You look at him go straight line down the field, looks good. You look at him run straight across the field, looks good. But in terms of, stopping in and out and route breaks, it's just not there. I mean, his hips aren't fluid, and so a corner is going to read those hips every time. And you talk about week 1, who did they play? The Bills. The Bills don't have great corners right now. Oh, this is the one we missed. Let me go back. I'm glad we was talking. But Bills don't have great corners right now, and they were able to read these routes. The Rams, Tre'Davious White, we know his injury history, but these guys aren't great secondary, and they're reading his routes. So when you're talking about those more sophisticated routes, this is what I was kind of worried about coming in. So anyway, this is a touchdown I think we missed. So this time it's out of play action from the outside. It's a zone, play action. Yeah, because I was saying I thought there was a crosser where he had a big play on. And so, yeah. You see it. Scramble drill, play action. 50-50 ball. Great back of the end zone play. This is kind of where he won. And I believe it was just 4 catches. And those are the things you're going to have to do, because I just don't know that he'll ever be an elite route runner. But in terms of week 1, I wouldn't say bust. It's funny how with quarterbacks they bust, but for whatever reason, no one called Marvin a bust. They was just like, yeah, what's going on? Kyler got to give him the ball, blah, blah, blah. No one watched the tape to see this man wasn't open. This week, we see big numbers. He went crazy, so they finally forced him the ball. No, they didn't. Not really. You saw how he kind of got the ball, and you saw it was just very early on in the game. So anyway, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.